All right, yes, sir, baby. On the Radar Radio, yo, special guest in the building. ABG Neal is here with me today. What's up, bro?
What's going on, bro? How you doing?
Welcome to the show.
Thank you, bro.
Yo, it's cool. It's so cool having you here because I remember like a few years ago when I was just watching videos on like the No Jumper and the World Star page, and then like when Skinny from the Nine was here not long ago, he was on the phone with you, and we just linked up and we made this happen. This is fucking dope, bro.
Great connection. It all worked out organically, and that's the best way for it to happen.
Shout out Skinny from the Nine, man.
Shout
I
out,
appreciate you, bro.
Hell yeah, put it together.
Yo, your story is kind of crazy. Like seeing you do the music stuff and then also now partake in like the Sidetalk stuff and kind of like get into different bags. Like it's kind of interesting seeing like where you were a couple years ago and then like where you are now and kind of how you've grown and like elevated in the game, like outside of just the music too.
Right. I mean, for me, like even since the start, music was always just supposed to be a stepping stone for me.
Right.
Like music wasn't always like a love for me. Like, you know how rappers always wanted to be. I never, like that wasn't a dream for me to be a rapper. I just knew that music could be a stepping stone for other lanes.
Right.
So I just utilized it how it needed to be utilized for myself.
Do you feel like you're taking a little step away from the music like now, or?
Yeah. I mean, I kind of I've been like transitioning into like wanting to step back, but you know, ever since I lost my Instagram, I've been like even taking a step back even more like that.
Right.
That kind of made it worse. You know what I'm saying? Like now I'm like, oh man, like I don't even want to make music anymore at all. But I have to though.
Right.
So.
Cause you got a really strong fan base, bro. Like even seeing like the comment section on YouTube on your new record, like people were just like, yo, he's back. You know, my favorite rapper, blah 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 blah. You know what I'm saying? Like like you got a core fan base who still fucks with you.
Yeah. Now I've always had like a little cult following. You know what I'm saying? So it's cool. Like. I mean, as long as I have that, I'm always winning. As long as they support me, I got no choice but to make music. So.
That's a fact. So we were just about, my man Rob was setting up the cameras. We was watching all the Sidetalk videos that you have done. And they're so fucking funny. I got to ask, because, you know, I've had Nems on the show before, so shout out to Nems. How did you link up with Sidetalk? How did you make that connection with the guys?
Shit, they just hit me, and then we just connected. The first time when they were first starting, they were like with like a whole group of Jewish people, and they made a video with the mad Jewish people dancing to my song. It was mad funny, and then they sent it to me. It's when they first started, and then they just hit me up like, yo, we should do an episode. And yeah, like I told you before, I was the first rapper to ever do an episode with Sidetalk.
That's
and then
crazy.
Look where they at now. Shout out Jack and Trent.
That's crazy. So they were fans of you first and foremost too.
Shit, I would hope so. Yeah.
That's awesome. That's how they found you. Cause like I don't know. I feel like with the Sidetalk stuff, a lot of it's like really organic. Like you know what I'm saying. Like none of it's forced. None of it's like.
They don't work with anybody they don't want to work with.
Which is great.
Yeah, they're like everything's methodically planned out with them. Like so, you can't like a label can't like pay artists to get an episode with them. Like they do what they want to do. You know what I'm saying?
Like the only artist thing that I mean obviously besides you and Nems, like they did the Yams Day stuff. They did that. And then that's really kind of been it as far as I can think of that involves like artists and shit.
I think they did one with A$AP Rocky. I think it's the only one I can think of.
Yeah, but I think that was for Yams Day too.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, so that was all
correlates. Yeah.
But that's cool that you kind of like expanded outside of that. And you know, it sucks that your Instagram got deleted.
Yeah.
Where's your head at now with making music, right? Because obviously we got the new single out. Are you gonna keep making these singles, or are we about to transition? You know what I'm saying? You just dropped a great freestyle.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, they gonna see that soon. But I mean, I don't know, bro. I'm kind of just like I've always been a strategical person, but like I feel like the Instagram getting taken down just made me take a step back, and I'm just kind of just going with the flow and just whatever I feel like. I'm gonna just stick with singles for right now, and then just kind of just use that as build up and to get a somewhat of a following back on the gram.
But bro, you performed at Rolling Loud, man. Come on, you big time. You know, you performed at Rolling Loud, and I missed you at Rolling Loud.
We seen each other though after the
because like when the interview stuff was going on and shit like that. But bro, you performed at Rolling Loud in your home city, like you know what I'm saying?
Shout out Rolling Loud too, because that's the second time. That's the only 2 times they've been here, and I performed on both of them.
Oh, you did both?
I did the first one and this one.
Wow.
But shout out them because they put me on the main stage for this one with the
so they elevated you a little bit too.
Yeah, it's fire. Hell yeah.
How did it feel to be put on the main stage? Like what was going through your head when you touched down on that?
I mean, shit, the space was tripping me out. Like the catwalk and shit like that. Like I never did that big of a space of a stage. So I was just trying to I was drunk too, drinking Henny. I drink Henny. That's like a thing to drink Henny at my Rolling Loud performances. So, and I was trying to figure out how to utilize the catwalk and, go all different places and whatever. It was a trip though. It was fire. And shout out Rolling Loud for giving me those opportunities every time they're in New York.
Nah, shout out to Rolling Loud, because that's cool that they, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, obviously you got, like, the big people on the lineup who aren't from New York. But this one, I feel like this last one that they just did, I feel like they did a really great job
Yeah.
with still representing a lot of, like, New York artists,
Yeah,
you
no,
know what
for
I'm
sure.
saying? Besides, like, the big
Yeah,
ones.
and it was way later than I expected, because with COVID, I almost felt like a lot of people weren't gonna go because of COVID. Even people were still kind of like
Weird about it, yeah.
skeptical about if they want to be around people, but that shit almost felt later than the first one, and the one in 2018.
Nah, facts. And it was mad funny. I'm, like, in the back doing interviews, and I'm like, I definitely got COVID from this.
Yeah, I felt like that too.
But I did it. I did it.
Yeah.
I don't know how I did it, but I didn't.
Yeah, I definitely feel like that too.
Because you talking to everybody backstage, and you're just like, bro. Like,
I'm a hypochondriac to begin with.
Me
so
too.
like, yo, bro, I be, you know what I'm saying?
Me too.
And everybody was trying to talk to me one time, and I was just like, first of all, I don't like talking to people to begin with, so. But
that's what was I gonna say about the hypochondria? When I would say all the time that I think I have COVID, that the one time that I did actually have COVID,
I didn't think I had.
Nobody believed me.
I didn't think I had it when I actually did get it. I got it on Christmas, the one that the Christmas.
Oh yeah,
just
me too.
passed.
I had the Christmas. Yeah, the
everybody
Christmas
got that shit.
strain
Yeah,
of
everybody had
COVID.
that fucking Christmas strain. But yeah, I kept thinking for 2 years. Every time I got sick, I thought I had COVID. But then when I really got it, I'm like, nah, I'm good. I had like a fucking 100,000 fever, and I'm like, nah, I'm good. But I ended up having it. So
It's and I want to go back to like the Instagram thing. Like when I was like looking up like interviews and other things that you've done, like I know it's been a while since you've done kind of like a lot of press. Is there like a reason for that too? I mean, obviously I know that Instagram getting disabled is like a newer thing.
Yeah, that's a new shit. Yeah.
But is there a reason why you kind of like, I guess, took a step back from like press and doing things like that?
I don't know, bro. I feel like I just kind of got tired of like being a rapper. I don't know if that sounds like, I don't know if that makes sense to the regular person, but I just wanted to be a regular person. I was just tired of having to keep doing the imagery stuff and keep doing content. I don't know. It sounds ignorant, but I don't know. I just was tired of the spotlight and just, first of all, like, and then like, it was just annoying because like every time, like when people see me in person, they just want me to be like how I am on camera all like 24/7, or they expect me to be. And I'm like, bro, I just want to chill and not talk sometimes. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Because I'm introverted, really. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Yeah. Nah. Because I understand that because, even doing so much content, the way that you were doing content and putting out vids, the way you were putting out vids, like there was a lot of stuff that you were doing that it could take a toll on your mental health. Like, we don't really think about the mental, like, now it's a little bit more accepted to talk about mental health stuff. But back, do you really ever really get to like talk about it like that? Do you ever really get to like, you know what I'm saying?
I mean, I would never to begin with. That's just not me. I'd be on the, I just deal with it, whatever I'm going through, I deal with. I could be going through the worst time of my life, and I'll make it seem like everything's okay. I'm not really. Right. I don't know. It's kind of how
you put the smile on. Stuff.
Yeah, it's kind of how I was raised, to be honest. Like I mean, but I don't know. Like not to say, and I don't want to be dramatic. I want to say like all the content and everything in the spotlight was not to say it was taking a mental toll on my mental health. Right. I don't want to be that dramatic, but I was just tired of it because, like I told you, I never really like. I didn't want to like be a rapper. I just wanted to use it as that. I wanted to use it as a stepping stone. So
I feel like I can see you being an actor though.
Everybody says that. I want to do it.
See it, bro. Yeah. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like when I'm watching the Sidetalk videos, I'm like, yo, this man is funny as fuck. We got to get him on SNL.
Yeah, it's mandatory. Hell yeah.
Like at the very least, get this man on SNL because like your comedic timing in these videos is incredible. Like the one in Washington Square Park where we're talking about like bridges and shit like that. I'm like, yo, man, this is incredible. Have you been taking acting classes? Like, have you been working on that?
Nah, but people keep telling me to. But I almost feel like if I act, I want to just act. I don't want to take acting classes. I just want to.
You just want to go out into the field.
Yeah, like I don't want to force it like that because I just feel like if it's meant to be and I'm meant for it, then that's what it is. And I don't want to do it unnaturally.
Do you have like, obviously I know you're independent now, right? Do you have like, what was your biggest, I guess, takeaway from being with the label at some point? Like, do you have like, is there like a lesson you feel like you learned with your time at a label, or now that you're independent, is there something that you've discovered?
I mean, I feel like there was a million lessons, but you said like, what was the biggest takeaway as far as like musically or just
musically or business, however, either or.
I mean, musically, like, I mean, first of all, it's all labels. Labels just move too slow for music nowadays. Like it takes 3 months for the process of a single and a video and everything to come out. And say if you already teased it, it loses the hype and just. Ever since I came into the game, I was always like a fast-paced dropper. You know what I'm saying? Like I'll drop a video a month, and then like I just feel like when I was with a label, just my whole process and strategy just slowed down, and it's just like that's why I was always like, I really wanted to be back independent so I could just do my own thing whenever I want to do it. So
And now you can.
yeah, exactly.
And
So
it's cool because like also like what I like about you and I told this to Slater too because I feel like y'all have a very similar way of how you go about things.
yeah, shout out Slater, that's my guy.
Shout out to Slater.
Yeah.
Y'all are very good at like keeping up with the trends. Like y'all still have the core fan base. Y'all still make the music that you know your early fans came to know and love. But then like you know you could hop on like
Do something different.
You could hop on a drill beat. You
Right,
know what I'm
right,
saying?
yeah, for
Like
sure.
you know and you know Slater obviously did that recently with his project. He had like Shawnee Bin Laden 19. You did that with one of your new records.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
got that sound to it. And I love that because I'm like, look, it shows that you could still be a diverse artist and you could grow with the times
You know
and
what-
it not be weird.
I learned that shit from Fab.
Really?
Because Fab is like a genius at knowing how to stay relevant with what's relevant. You know what I'm saying? Like he knows how to use whatever topic or whatever catastrophe is going on and just knows how to utilize that at that time. So like that's where I like learned that shit from.
That's actually a really good point, and it's cool just being able to see like you know it's like oh I wouldn't have expected to really hear you on like a drill sample record, right?
Yeah,
But, like,
it was like half drill, half trap. It was like
it's somewhere in the middle. But like I liked it though. Like I was
Yeah.
like oh this is still a dope record. But I appreciate that you and Slater are artists like that because I like seeing artists be able to grow over the time and
Right.
still kind of play around with the new shit at the same time too.
That's why like even when I first came out, like I was doing like the piano trap beats. Like,
Yeah,
that was my
yeah.
thing. And I feel like me and Free Cass, I feel like me and him really started that sound for New York. But
Yeah.
other than that, like you know, everybody wanted me to keep doing the piano beats, and it just like it sounds like a fucking remix, the 56 remix over and over again. I'm just like, yo, I can't keep doing that. So I just always wanted to branch out sonically. That's what I'm saying.
I wanted to ask you because obviously I know very heavily frequent collaborator and your friend Krimelife. How's he doing? Everything?
He's good. He was supposed to be home this month, but you know the unfortunate circumstances. He'll be home in the summer. So
Okay, so
yeah,
he's
he's
good.
definitely gonna be home in the summer. Definitely.
And then we definitely gonna have some more music with
For
the two of
sure,
y'all.
yeah.
I feel like long overdue at
Yeah,
this point,
yeah,
right?
yeah. It sucks because you know he went in at like such a pivotal time. Like he went in like right when we like at the peak of like when everything was starting to go viral. It's like it just sucked, but you know.
Right, because I remember seeing like obviously the videos that y'all had on like World Star and No Jumper, like I mentioned, and then of course like after that, I like he got locked up.
Yeah.
And then it's just obviously since then it's just kind of been
Yeah, I kind of just had to hold it down for the both of us. You know
because
what
you
I'm
did
saying?
drop some. He did drop like some records from like while he was locked up. Like there were records that came out during that time.
Yeah,
right?
Alamo dropped
a couple joints.
yeah,
right?
his label dropped a couple songs that we already had in the stash, and I think that actually damn I don't even know if I'm supposed to say, but they're gonna drop something too before he comes out.
Oh,
That's what I'm saying.
there you go.
I don't know,
I'm
I
not
don't
gonna
wanna-
put this in the
yeah,
social clip. It's
okay.
just there.
Okay,
It's
yeah.
just, we'll leave this in the interview. Y'all
Alright,
gotta
babe.
y'all gotta come to the interview to find this part.
That's a
But
fact.
that's dope. And I think so. The last project you put out, you only had like one feature on it, right? It was Peso.
Yeah, that was the only feature I did. That was the first feature I ever did on a tape too.
Really?
Yeah, cause I fuck with Peso. Like,
Oh,
I feel like
that is the first feature.
that was
you
the
ever
first
did.
feature I've ever did on a tape.
So why Peso? Why Peso to be the first feature for you to do on a tape?
I feel like our sounds were similar, and I just feel like it made sense. So
I like the way y'all mixed on that.
yeah, hell yeah, it was
Because
a
I've been
good
a
song.
fan of him too for a while.
Oh, for real?
Yeah.
Yeah, I fuck with Peso. Yeah, I mean, shit. I mean, he definitely did what I expected him to do on it too. So it came together well.
Is there a reason why you've never done a feature on a tape? Like, is this because?
I mean, there's a couple reasons. I mean, a lot of it is really just self-inflicted. I do it to myself. I'm not like what happened with me is like once I got into the industry, like I'd never got into the industry mix where like I was in like, you know, like there's certain industry mixes where like, you know, certain rappers have their group and they're all, you know, tied together and they always, but I never got into that. I was never like, I feel like every time I ever met another rapper, I was just completely unimpressed and I just knew I wanted to keep it strictly music and not anything else out of that.
So that's the reason behind.
Yeah, I mean, partially. I mean, yeah, for the most part, yeah. But it's really just, like I said, a self-inflicted thing. Did to myself, but
Hey,
yeah.
you got that. You got your fan base. As long as you got your fan base, that's all that matters.
Yeah, exactly. Hell yeah.
So what else do your fans have to be on the lookout for? What else do they have to be excited about? What we got coming up, if we got anything coming up?
Shit, I'm just dropping a gazillion singles as much as I can until I feel like my followers is up enough and I'm going to drop a tape. I can't wait to drop an independent tape because I don't have an independent tape yet. All of my tapes are under a label, so I really want to drop an independent tape, but it's up to the fans and followers to get me to a certain follower amount. You know what I'm saying?
Do we have a number?
I mean, I would like 50.
Okay, 50.
But
So we're gonna go with 50.
I don't know. If I get 20, 30, I may drop like a little EP, 3, 4
Word.
song EP. You know what I'm saying?
Word.
So.
Well, we got a lot to be on the lookout for from you. I'm very excited that you have this newfound independence that you're enjoying.
Right, for sure.
You know what I'm
Definitely enjoying.
Enjoy. I'm happy to see your creative freedom really shining through.
Yeah.
I'm excited to see what you do this year. I'm excited for Crime to come home.
Right,
So
thank you.
turn up properly.
For sure.
Anything else you want to let the people know before we sign off here for the day, my brother?
Shit. I mean, nothing other than thank you to everybody who's been here from the start and still here, and that's really it. Thank you to everybody who's still here, because I've been going through some trials and tribulations, and if you're still here, thank you. That's really it. So
simple.
Yeah.
There you go. Make sure you go follow him.
Yes,
go
sir.
run up everything out now. Go run up the freestyle. If you haven't already seen it, go stream his music. He's independent. You already know the vibes. You know
Right.
we need to support our independent artists.
For sure.
And until next time,
Yes,
ABG
sir.
Neal on
Thank
the
you,
radar.
bro.
My brother, appreciate you.
Thank you, bro. Appreciate you.